All right, family, happy Friday morning, guys. Let's jump here into the focus list. Thankfully, Thinkorswim here has been working for the last couple of days, so out of action on Monday and Tuesday, but having some fun here this week, guys. We got a lot of momentum across the board, so the focus today, Friday morning focus list. Do we get continuation or do we get that Friday fade? One thing to keep in mind today, guys, it's the monthly expiration. So sometimes heading into the monthly expiration, we can get a choppy Friday if the big money wants these options, that they've been selling folks to expire worthless. On the other hand, if big money's been loading up on these options, we can see some momentum. So what I'm looking for today, guys, nice and simple. Looking for continued momentum in the tech names, right? Yesterday we had Apple and Facebook firing beautiful 4-hour squeezes. You got Google and Amazon trying to fire daily squeezes as well. So what I'm going to talk to you guys about here this morning is how to play continuation, right? A stock breaks out, say for example out of a squeeze, this thing's gearing up now. If you miss that initial move, how do you seek out an entry? Now obviously, guys, you can go about getting your classic dip. My preference, find squeezes on lower time frames. So that's what we're going to talk about this morning, guys, and we're going to look at Amazon, Google, Facebook, Tesla, and Spotify, and we're going to look for squeezes on lower time frames, and I'll show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. Haven't already, guys, give me a follow on Instagram at Focus Trades. Follow me on Twitter at Focus Trades T. And with all that stuff out of the way, let's get jumping in here. So Tesla, guys, is a picture-perfect example of what I mean by seeking out squeezes on lower time frames, right? So the big picture move here is this daily squeeze firing, right? So the daily squeeze fires, you break through all-time highs, you're releasing all kinds of energy, right? And you just got some insane momentum coming in. If you miss that initial move, what you can do is wait for a little consolidation, whether it be a 15-minute chart, a 30-minute chart, an hourly chart, a 2-hour chart. Wait for a nice squeeze to set up, and a lot of times it's going to give you one of the best entries to catch that continuation. So we look at Tesla this week, right, with the context that it fired the daily squeeze here, releasing all kinds of energy. Now go look at, say, something, guys, like a 2-hour chart. We look at the 2-hour chart here. All right, oops, let me get rid of those guys and check this out, right? We break out of that daily squeeze. We're pumping here. Look at this beautiful 2-hour squeeze, right? You got the context that this thing's broken the daily squeeze. It's making a ridiculous move, releasing all kinds of energy, and then it takes a little breather and goes into a really nice squeeze here, guys, on the 2-hour chart. Right, that squeeze can give you a good opportunity to catch the next leg to the upside is a part of this bigger picture move. Even yesterday, right, what set up for a nice push into the close was a really nice little 5-minute squeeze here. Right, look at yesterday's session, guys, and you had this nice 5-minute squeeze. Right, got a little bit sloppy to the downside, shook a lot of folks out, but nonetheless, look for these periods of consolidation. Right, take a look at an hourly chart here. Right, and since this thing started moving, guys, you had an hourly squeeze before the big move, and then along with that 2-hour squeeze, you got another one. So say you missed that first entry, right? Say you've been sitting there, guys, watching Tesla here, and maybe like me, you missed the initial move because of Thinkorswim or something. Instead of kind of whining and bitching about missing the move, you get to action, you look for the next best entry. So check this out, guys. That is what we can look for once these stocks really start to pump. You really get a nice opportunity there. So, look at something like Facebook. Facebook yesterday here, guys, we pull up the 4-hour chart. Right, we come and, we finally fire off here this 4-hour squeeze. Right, so some energy is getting released. If you're looking to play that continuation today, or that potential continuation, start to dial down to lower time frames. See if we can find ourselves a squeeze. So we check out a 2-hour chart, nothing. We check out a 1-hour chart, guys, we got nothing. We'll check out a 30-minute chart. And nothing there on the 30-minute chart. We can check out the 15. And now we got a squeeze setting up here. Granted, 2.5 hours out from the open, but nonetheless, guys, that's kind of the thing I'm looking for here today. Take a look at something like Apple. Good old Apple over here firing its 4-hour squeeze yesterday as well. We can kind of dial down here. Let's check out the 2-hour. All right, not going to have anything there. We check out the 1-hour. Oops. Right, nothing there on the 1 hour. 30-minute, nothing here, guys. All right, these things are making a little move this morning. And let's see. All right, now you got a really nice looking 15-minute squeeze setting up, right? So if we're still in this 15-minute squeeze heading into the open, once that squeeze fires, it could lead to a nice little move here early on, right? So then you got something like Amazon, right? Amazon, guys, is trying to fire this daily squeeze, right? Right under this breakout level. Look for lower time frame squeezes underneath the breakout level. This thing starts to tighten up, building up energy. You know, right here you go. You got a 30-minute squeeze coming in now. Right, so these things start pumping yesterday, guys. That's what I'm looking for here today. Squeezes on lower time frames. I'm looking for everything to tighten up, energy to build up, and then I'm looking for the energy to release. And the thought process is, if we're going to see these things continue to make momentum, right, much like Tesla, those lower time frame squeezes can give you a nice opportunity, not only, guys, to catch the next leg to the upside, but from an options perspective, it gives you a chance to get those options once things have kind of calmed down a little bit. You know, in the case of Tesla, it makes such an explosive move. If you're buying into that initial move, you know, if you missed the early entry, you're buying some really pumped up options. Once you go into a 2-hour squeeze, a 1-hour squeeze, a 30-minute squeeze, and we chop for a little bit, that choppiness, guys, premium decay comes in. And those options come back down to earth a little bit, making them a little bit more affordable. So Amazon, Google, Facebook, Apple, and then I forget who it was in the group yesterday, but shout out to whoever was in the group. Maybe it was Hassan, I think. But one of you guys called out Spotify here. So nice looking setup, guys. Chilling right above the buy zone here on the 21 EMA. You got a daily squeeze starting. Nice little push yesterday. So coming into this morning, I'm going to start looking for some squeezes. Now if we get a dip, that's even better, because I would love to swing trade this thing with a credit spread. But it's looking like, man, this thing's just still pushing here. So I like this setup, guys. What I'm thinking is, you know, on a dip or something, I would love to short some out the money puts, man. If I could short some puts at, say, under 245, and let's see if we can we get any accurate options this morning? Let's see down there right now. It's 250 looking like. 250. You're risking $700 to make 250. At, let's see, 260, getting 340 credit, risking 600 to make 340, 66 to make 34, so that's down at 260. Where would that put us? Pretty much right at that 21 EMA. So, you know, on a dip, guys, I'm really looking to jump in here, 30, 40 days to expiration, put credit spread, ideally just shorten some puts underneath support. You know, that makes that pretty low stress. So those are my thoughts, guys, and we'll see what happens today. Do we get continuation? Facebook and Apple have fired daily squeezes. Tech led the way yesterday. Do those moves continue today, or do we get that Friday fade? I wish you guys the best of luck. I will talk to y'all next week, and I will put out a couple of videos this weekend kind of breaking down some of the trades that myself and a couple of guys and the girls in the group took this week. So I appreciate you guys watching. Take care.